MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the Sunshine State and Marlins Park in Miami. Today, the opener of this three-game set between the Atlanta Braves and the Miami Marlins. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2022 Miami Marlins.
Quickly now, a look at the two men who are entrusted with the starting pitching assignment here to begin the new year. And now here's the starting nine for the visiting Atlanta Braves. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
Well, Matt, this goes for both lineups. They know they're dealing with a tough test in a pitcher's park, but they can't let that bother them too bad, or they'll walk out of here a 3-4 game set 0 for 12, 0 for 15. They have to find a way to stay within themselves, line drive approach. One will carry out of here if they get it.
Arlene Garcia gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that he's a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty bad at times. But it'll be interesting to see which one we see. He's a Jekyll and Hyde. Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more Jekyll than Hyde in this one here today. Well, that's not a bad pitch right there. That's a pretty good sinker. He just happens to hook that one right into left field for a base hit.
Yeah, he got the...
At the plate, Brock Russell. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second.
Russell.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Tamori has it, and it's a quick out, number 1. Brandon Drury will bat next.
Now batting, third baseman, Brandon Drury.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Hit on the ground out to short. Russell has it. And that's the second out. So stepping in, Brock Russell. He flew out in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit back up the middle. Seager from shallow center. And a great athletic play to get him. Man, wow. So striding forward now, Brock Russell. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Tamori has a read on it, and the inning is over. The next to bat for Atlanta, Wilson Ramos. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring. Now the 3-2 pitch. On the ground up the middle. Galvis has it for 1 on to Morrison, and it's in time. A double play, and the side is retired. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Into the box, Brock Russell.
The shortstop, Brock Russell.
Has a look, now the pitch. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Hit out towards second. Swanson scoops it up. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all. But wisely, no thought of a return throw, and the inning will continue. Digging in to try it again, Freddie Galvis. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Runners going. Popped him up. Drury has a play. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game. 6-0 the final shutout score today. Atlanta jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Sean Newcomb gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us here this afternoon. For Mark, Dan, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network.
For the Marlins, no runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, and please drive home safely.
MLB The Show's coverage. So digging in now, Brock Russell. He was hitless in yesterday's shutout loss, as were many of his teammates. Liner toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Ambush tactics right there, but he didn't try and do too much. He stayed in there and just drove it back up the middle.
Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Ready with the 0-2. Chopped in front of home plate.
Go hard, go hard, go hard.
Throw in time, and the side is retired. In now, Brock Russell. He reached on a single in his first try.
Russell.
Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And that one is gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him, and the Marlins have made this a 2-1 game.
Wow, there's a case of a ball up in the zone. Not the easiest pitch in the world to get underneath and drive it out of the ballpark. Good piece of hitting right there. Ball up in the zone. He didn't miss it. He destroyed it.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Brock Russell already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here.
And that last at bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball.
Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases. And hold all tickets now as the tying run gets into scoring position with a 2-out double. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with a single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Who knows what kind of roll they could get on.
And the throw is in time to get him to. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here.
Yeah, and the home crowd is loving it as they jumped out in front in the bottom of the 8th, and they did what they had to do in the 9th to seal the deal.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. The Miami Marlins came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Nick Whitgren claims the win out of the pen, his first. Josh Hader wraps it up for the save, his first of the year. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Are available outside Marlins Park with service to the Homer Metro Rail Station.
MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the Sunshine State and Marlins Park in. Digging in, the switch hitter, Robbie Grossman, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Up. Here's a high pop-up. Arenado calls for it. But it's the shortstop that gets there. And there are 2 gone now. And now a moment to show you the lineup for Atlanta in this one. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, I'll keep an eye on the leadoff guy and see what he can do in this one. He's hit in 8 straight games. Talk about fun to watch. Putting together a double there, doing all the...
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. Braves are set down 1-2-3. And now the Marlins will have a... Standing in, Brock Russell. And the Marlins looking for more in the game's opening frame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Catch is made deep in the alley, and here comes the runner from third. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score. Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night.
Wilson Ramos.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Line drive, fair ball down the line.
Relay, hit me, relay. Cut it. 2.
The relay, and a wide throw as this one gets by him at the bag. Now he's safe at third as they also push across a score to make it a 1. Coming to the plate now, Aaron Blair, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. It up the first baseline. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
Really good job.
Into the box now, Brock Russell earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. Russell is a player referred to as clutch by teammates, coaches, and of course the media. He seems to find himself in pressure situations often, and it's hard to find many instances where those moments have gotten the best of him. It just appears he really relishes the big spot. Swing and a liner. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit.
Get out, slide.
The relay throw, and he is in there. Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp, and he's looking to make something happen here with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, early in the count, expect him to look for a ball to drive. If he gets 2 strikes against him, he'll need to change his plan and focus on moving the runners up. This game is too close to get greedy.
Catch is made here in right, and here comes the runner from third. And it's not in time. He's safe as they also push across a score to make it a 1-run game. So coming to the plate, Tomas Telis. He drew a base on ball his first time up. Throw over to first. Runner back safely. Oh, and he breaks, and they've got him picked off. Poor base running there. Got him caught in the hot box between first and second. And now he throws on the brakes, but he can't get back to first. Brandon Drury will bat next, hoping to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance. Russell throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error. Digging in and looking for more, Brock Russell. He singled his last time up. He's set and the pitch. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And the runner scores from second as they cut away into that deficit here. That makes it 7-5 now. Standing in, Tony Kemp. It was an RBI sac fly for him last time through.
Hey, Devo, I think we got a case right now. This team, they're just feasting on a pitcher that he's given up some runs, and it looks like he's starting to get a little bit tired, leaving some of these pitches up in the zone.
Yeah, and I think there's a fight at the bat.
And now the Atlanta number 4 hitter, Brian Mascara. 2 home runs and a double to his credit thus far. Quite the game. Now he gets the ground ball to first. This might be 2. He'll go to the bag for 1. And now back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Stepping in, Henry Tamori. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Straight up, straight up.
High pop-up. Russell is under it, and that ends the inning. Digging in now, Brock Russell. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss. 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error so far for the Marlins. Big swing, and this one's launched to right field and deep. That one is out of here. This game is tied. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Second home run early in the year, as that'll pull him into a tie at 7-7.
That home run is definitely worth giving the show track treatment to. And as we look at it, not only an impressive distance shot, but the 110 miles an hour exit velocity is nothing to scoff at either. That's a big boy home run.
Ready now, Brock Russell. And it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet. So this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch.
On the ground, back up the box, and it'll get through into center field. A base hit.
And he's in there safely, as a run will score on the play as well.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a 1-run game where every pitch is so important. You're 1 pitch away from a solo, tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Find the ball, find the ball, find the ball.
On a line, that's a base hit.
Come on, get out, get
now
out, get
a long
out.
throw to third. Throw won't get him.
But we just witnessed some elite speed going from first to third, as show track is demonstrating. You won't find many other guys in this or any other sport for that matter that are capable of picking them up and putting them down like he can, and it ended up making a play not even close at third.
Stepping into the box, Tomas Telis. And they're runners at the corners now.
Tomas Telis.
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. And this one's up around the eyes, 2-1.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Here's the 2-1. And a curveball that time that broke too low.
Here's the game within the game. You have a better matchup on deck. You got a 3-1 count in this situation. Don't be afraid to put him on base and attack the next guy.
And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Nino Barrio.
Got him. So the damage winds up not being as bad as it could have been, as they'll strand the bases loaded. 9-7, the final score in this ball game. The Miami Marlins came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Jim Stoddard claims the win out of the pen, his first. Josh Hader hammers down the save, his second. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.
Here now is our final line score for this afternoon. First, for the victorious Miami Marlins, 9 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors. They left 19 runners on base. For Atlanta, 7 runs,
Broadcasting from under the roof of Marlins Park as we are ready for game time. Tonight it's the first of 3 to start the new week between the New York Mets and the Miami Marlins. 2 great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Sandy Alcantara gets the call for game 1 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
Shot weakly to the left. Throw to second will be in time, but the run's going to come in and score. But one's all they were ever going to get, and the inning will continue. Up next from Miami, Brock Russell, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Fellas, these Mets, as they enter play here tonight, they come in off to a bit of a slow start with just 1 win in their first 3 tries.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every ball game. So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side. You don't get too many pitches a day in the big leagues, middle cut. His eyes lit up right there. This pitcher's lucky he's not getting another ball from the umpire.
Ready.
Here's the 1-1. Grounded to third. There is Franco. There's one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out. Digging in for his second at-bat, Brock Russell. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. From the belt, the pitch. Hit in the air out toward left. Conforto moves over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Digging in once again, Maikel Franco. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far.
That's up. That's up.
There's a swing and a high pop-up. Arenado waits on it, but it's the shortstop that gets there, and that's the second out of the inning. Ready once again, Brock Russell. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Russell.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1.
Boys, we see the pitch count. It's hard to remember the last time we saw a guy pitch this efficiently.
Yeah, Matt, it's incredible to watch him go after guys. He's forcing a lot of early contact, and they haven't done a whole lot with the balls they put in play against him.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 1 hit. 7-1, the final score in tonight's. The Metropolitans jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Dallas Keuchel gets the win on the mound, his first of the year, turning in a very strong complete game effort. Sandy Alcantara was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa and the lefty. Just west of downtown. Ready now for the Marlins, Brock Russell. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Cespedes is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Tomas Nido, a base hit in his first trip. Ready on 0-2. Line drive to center field. And that's in there, base hit.
There's a lot of moving parts in some guys' swings. It usually takes them a month or so to get it ironed out.
Ready for another chance? Brock Russell. He flew out in his last at-bat.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch.
Ready for another shot now. Brock Russell. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hard on the ground towards short. Rosario's got it. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
The left fielder, number 30, Michael Conforto.
Down the first baseline. Step on the bag for one. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Rico Guillen. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. Chopped weakly to the left. Russell. On to Morrison at first, and that ends the inning. Mets. That'll bring in Guillermo Heredia now. Although there are a couple of bases open, and we'll see if they think about working around him. The 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to short. Russell on to Morrison at first, and that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. On to the bottom of inning number 9. Striding in once again, Brock Russell. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
Yeah, you attack the zone and get a swing and a miss that late on your first pitch fastball. Good chance he's coming right back with the same thing.
Way out in front. Well, this one's been a bit of a head scratcher despite their home run production today.
Yeah, Matty V, this is one of those that you kind of scratch your head and you go, wow, you hit the ball all the ballpark, but still not enough offense. It just goes to show you this sport is still, D-Row, all about pitching.
It is. It begins and ends on that bump right there, and there's just so many facets to the game.
This one ends with a 10-5 score. The New York Mets jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Robert Gesellman gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. Dylan Peters allowed 7 earned runs to cross the plate in the losing effort. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 57 minutes.
From Miami, Florida. Next for the Mets, Rico Guillen, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Short, hit hard. Russell is there. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side. At the plate, Brock Russell, and the Marlins looking for more in the game's opening frame.
Russell.
First pitch on its way. Hit down the line at first. Eagle is up with it, and he'll step on the bag himself. And digging in to try it again, Brock Russell. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Hit hard on the ground to short. And a base hit into left field, so they've got themselves a 1-out base runner.
Great job right there.
You don't get too many pitches a day in the big leagues, middle cut. His eyes lit up right there. This pitcher's lucky he's not getting another ball from the umpire.
Now batting.
Now in the box, Freddie Galvis. Lifetime numbers against Steven Matz. He's 0 for 4. Grounded back up the middle. A step on the bag for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Now batting, Brock Russell. He singled his last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Russell.
Late that time for a strike.
One of the keys to pitching late in the game's first pitch strikes, and this guy's rolling along. So far, over 70% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. Cowan on the move. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Now batting, left fielder, Michael Conforto.
This is on the ground over to first. He'll go to the bag for one, and he's safe. Now to the plate, Brock Russell. He's got a chance to end this one and send these fans home happy if he can get a ball deep enough into the gap. Strike one to start the at-bat.
Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn two.
The 0-1. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Heredia. He's got it, and there are two down now. Next up for New York, Jason Eagle. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Eagle.
Working for the punch out and the offer to first. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Man, I thought this at-bat was over. Down 0-2. He's able to work himself back into a hitter's count, 2-2, and he's able to find a knockout there.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. And there's one down now. On to Morrison at first, but it's not in time, and they'll have to settle for one.
Well, they had to put in a couple of extra innings of work, but hey, listen, a win is a win. And any win is good, especially on the road.
Pitching and defense.
A manager addresses his team about their recent slump. Coach presses a player to keep raising the bar. A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development. This manager is looking to get more production out of his hitters. A player is encouraged to keep developing his complementary skills. A player's agent calls to touch base. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere. A manager challenges his hitters to step up their game.
inside AT&T Park. Now at the plate, Brock Russell, and he enters play today, currently 5th in the National League batting race. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike one. Danny Dero, this Giants team, as they begin play here this afternoon, they enter this one off a loss after winning 5 of 7 prior to that.
Hey, thanks, Matty. And you know what, Dero? Nothing you'd like more than to win this one here. They've got a long roadie coming up, and they'd like to win this one to get themselves on an airplane onto a long road trip on a positive note.
You know this, Dan, as well as I do. 10-game road trip, a lot of packing involved the night before this one. They're going to have to find a way to stay focused, win this ball game, and get on a happy flight.
2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning. Here's Ryan McMahon now. He was hitless in the shutout last night.
Ryan McMahon.
Ground toward short. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So in now for San Francisco, Joe Pennick, and their runners at the corners now.
Joe Pennick.
Rounded up the first baseline. Step on the bag for one. Throw to the plate. Oh, and Morrison uncorks a beauty. He is out at home plate. Now at the plate, Brock Russell. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Russell.
Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Fouled away. Line drive to center field. Buxton is there, and he has it for the first out. So coming to the plate, Brock Russell.
Shortstop, Brock Russell.
He's set. Here it comes. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway.
As a hitter right here, you have to tell yourself, I can't get too big. Don't let the moment get away from me. A nice bullet in the gap gets the job done in this situation.
And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike 2.
When I see guys check swinging, they're not seeing the baseball. They're not picking it up. You got to take a step back. The only thing you tell yourself in this situation is do not move your head.
Swing and a ball line hard towards short. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Hey, give the hitter credit right there. He was ready for that heater, 0-2. But, Dan, I question the pitch selection.
You know, sometimes as a pitcher, you don't want to give a good hitter the same pitch back to back to back, 3 pitches in a row. His thinking might have been right there. He had gone off speed 2 pitches in a row. Maybe he had him set up for the fastball. He guessed wrong.
Second baseman, Freddie Galvin.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Hit out towards second. Panic is there. Throw on to first. He'll be in time, and the Marlins can't catch. Digging in and looking for more, Brock Russell. He singled his last time up.
They look like they're up against it here. Down 3 on the road, trying to come back against the closer.
Pereira, a 5'10" right-hander. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's end.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as you approach.
A 1-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. The San Francisco Giants took the lead in the 4th and held on until
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A player receives advice about the refining of his game. A player receives an update from his representative. This manager is looking to get more production out of his hitters. A coach challenges a player to continue to round out his game. This manager appeals to his hitters to be more discerning at the plate. Total mastery of a skill requires continual refinement. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar on the development of his signature skills. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season. An early winter check-in. The player is offered advice on contract matters. Hitting arbitration for the first time means having leverage for the first time. The more a player can be educated on the intricacies of the negotiating process, the more prepared he'll be when the time comes to make decisions. The player has become disenchanted with his current team. A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar on the development of his signature skills. A manager draws attention to a telling defensive stat. An all-star player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A manager checks in with his ball club. A player's agent calls to touch base. The player expresses interest in going elsewhere. Top players become great players by continuing to think of themselves as developing players. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. A manager checks in with his ball club. A representative calls with big news for his client. And, just like that, the course of a career changes. A happy manager welcomes a prize acquisition to the club. He does his best to convey his delight in the development. And with that, this all-star will now take the field for the first time with his new team, to their fans' delight.
A beautiful summer night. Stepping up now, Damon Ulysses. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one. A bouncer up the middle. And into center field as he's aboard with a one-out single.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there.
Set to get his evening at the plate started, Brock Russell, batting just a notch below 300 so far on the season. Line towards center field. And he will make the play. 2 away now. Stepping into the box, Wilmer Flores. It was a 2-for-4 effort for him in Wednesday's game. Now the 3-2 pitch. Back up the middle. And that's the first out.
Okay, here's how San Francisco.
Striding in once again, Brock Russell, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. From the stretch. Popped high in the air. Flores is there. And that's the 3rd out. Leading off the inning, Jose Quintana. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Lots of baseball left in this one. Still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. Already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving.
Digging in to try it again, Brock Russell. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A swing, and he pulls it. Down the line and deep. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Popped him up. And he'll squeeze this one for the second out. Ready for another shot now. Tim LeCastro. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Tim LeCastro.
Pitch is popped up. Russell is under this one as he tucks this one away to retire the side. Ready once again, Brock Russell. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory. He's set and the pitch. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. DeShields is there, and that retires the side. Season. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching ML. Downtown LA. Next to bat for the Giants, Brock Russell took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night. Here comes the first pitch. Back up the middle. And that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
Here's big Aaron Judge. First shot for him here. 2 hits in 5 trips a night ago. Lifted into the air out towards center field. LeCastro over to his right. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. On to first, and next for the Dodgers, Wilmer Flores. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Bumgarner ready with the 0-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw to second for the force out on the side. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brock Russell. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the third.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
The 0-1 pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And he will run this one down, moving to his right. In now is Yasiel Puig, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. Comes set with the 0-1. Ground out to short. Russell. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. At the plate, Brock Russell. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Russell.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line drive to center field. And the leadoff man gone now to start the 5th. Digging in once again, Brock Russell.
Shortstop, Brock Russell.
First pitch on its way. Lifted the other way out to left center. On the move is Ozuna. He gets there, and that's the second out. Ready for another chance? Brock Russell. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Russell.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. A little bouncer. Posey stands at second with 2 gone. next 0-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Have to be content. This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4 the final tally. The Giants came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win. Harvey Eldridge claims the win out of the pen, his first. Derek Law earns the save out of the bullpen, his 13th of the year. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. Daytime baseball. So in now for San Francisco, Brock Russell, and a great chance here for the Giants to add on in just the first inning. Looking to minimize the damage here. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Now a leaping effort at the wall, but he comes up empty. This one is gone. Home run. So a 3-run blast to deep center here. Number 11 for him on the season. And that'll give San Francisco a 5-0 lead.
You know, as a pitcher, there's nothing worse than getting taken deep, but it's something every pitcher has to deal with. Even the best pitchers give up home runs. You just have to refocus.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Brock Russell, he went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Boy, this guy right here in that last AB, how about straightaway center field? He hits a bomb, and as a pitcher, you're trying to pitch to the big part of the ballpark.
You're here.
Oh, what a stop on the slide. What a play. Safe.
And kids, this is why you always go hard into second base. Could have been an easy double play ball, but the slide really impacts the throw to first, and they wind up only getting one out on the play. Good, aggressive, legal slide that time.
Grounded back up the middle. Throw on to first, and the Giants will be turned away here. Digging in for his second at-bat, Yasiel Puig. He reached on a single in his first try. Hard towards center. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Well, you know what? Good hitters are good hitters for a reason, D-Row.
Next up for Los Angeles, Maurice Chapman. He singled his last time up.
Chapman.
The 1-2. On the ground out to short. Fielded cleanly. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We played 4 full. It's the Giants 5 and the Dodgers 1. Brock Russell will stand in, and as he does, we'll flash you back to the first inning of the ball game. A 3-run shot had him off and running right out of the gate. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Line drive to left, and a dive in left, but he can't get it. It'll get by him toward the wall. He's around second now as they're still searching for it out there. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Yeah, and most guys that hit for the cycle can get a single or a double but struggle with the rest. Not this guy. He's already got the homer and the triple, so the hardest parts are out of the way. We'll see what the rest of the game holds in store.
Here's Jurickson Profar. He was a ground-out victim last time up.
Left fielder, Jurickson Profar.
The 3-1. And he's able to lay off there for ball 4. And that'll put runners at the corners now with still nobody out. And now the Giants pitcher, Aaron Nola, and their runners at the corners now. Popped up. Leclerc over to his left. 1 out. And now back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Stepping forward, Byron Buxton. He got called out on strikes his last time through. This is in the air out to right field. LeCastro ranging into shallow right. He gets there as the runner breaks for home. But the throw is well up the line, and he scores easily. Striding into the box, Brock Russell.
Shortstop, Brock Russell.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. DeShields is going to have room out there as he puts. Stepping up to the plate, Wilmer Flores. He'll begin things here against Aaron Nola.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
And there's one away. Digging in and looking for more, Tim LeCastro. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame.
LeCastro.
Hit on the ground out for short. Russell. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. 1, 2, 3 go. 6-2 the final total today. The San Francisco Giants jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Aaron Nola wins his 3rd of the season. Walker Buehler was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that'll just about do it. For my partners Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. So long, everybody. And they did some damage offensively in this one, enough to get the win, and this man led the charge. He's our top player of the game.
Multi-hit game, and one of them was a dinger. That's a solid day's work for any hitter, and it had an impact on the outcome of this game. What else can you say?
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Giants. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Dodgers, 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 5 minutes. Our paid attendance this afternoon, a sellout, 56,000.
a coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development.
A truly gorgeous afternoon for baseball now from sunny AT&T Park in San Francisco. Today it's the rubber match of this. Stepping in, Lincoln Cheney. He'll get to take his first cuts here. The windup and the 0-1.
1-1.
Backhanded. Throw gets him, 2 down. And a moment now to peek at the Rockies starting line. Set to get his day started, Brock Russell, batting just a notch below 300 so far on the season. These Rockies guys, they did get the win last time out, but it hasn't been the best week for them as they've won just twice in their last 6 tries.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Roll? Try to get on a kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by point.
Digging in, Brock Russell, runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Russell.
He's set. Here it comes. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends. Settling in now, Brock Russell, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Bullet back up the middle. Naquin will get there, and he puts it away to retire. Digging in, Brock Russell.
Shortstop, Brock Russell.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Way in front of that fastball.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting 1 out could be a challenge.
Patterson has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out. 3-1 the final score this afternoon. Colorado came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory.